It is time now for the Pure Channel Morning News on this Tuesday morning, November 8th, 2016. Ga- no! And good morning to you all on this lovely Tuesday morning, November 8th, 2016, Election Day 2016. And here are your news and odds. Well, this is the day after all sorts of debates, attacks, debates, rallies, and all sorts of things. It has all come down to this. Election Day 2016. As Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump will get votes to see who will get to 270 and who will be seated in the 45th president of the history of the country, as in Washington, where President Barack Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama sought to live Hillary Clinton victory, while Donald Trump warned that she was a face of failure and predicted he would blow away the Tuesday's election. Be kind to your poll workers today. Is there a difference between good and bad elections? As a 17-hour day, a lousy paycheck, and the chance to restore faith in the democratic process is what it's like to be a poll worker. Hungary's parliament has rejected an attempt by Prime Minister Viktor Orban to block the settlement of refugees. His will Fidesz party had failed to attract the 2 opposition votes necessary for a 2/3 majority of the parliament. Gary Johnson will likely have the best ever showing in the Libertarian presidential nominee, but may miss a key threshold. Protesters outside court in Hong Kong on Tuesday showing support for 2 Indonesian women, Sumatra Wiggins and Senator Murder Johnson were killed in 2014. Prince Harry confirms he dated Meghan Markle as defends her from racist and sexist abuse. The tribunal has castigated that central AP government for shift the blame and not taking the steps to tackle alarming pollution levels in Delhi. Iraqi forensic experts are investigating a mass grave that was discovered by troops that advanced towards the Islamic State-held city of Mosul. Seoul, South Korea has scrambled to defuse the massive schedule. South Korean President Park Chung-hee on Tuesday continued the lawmakers that are power to name her new prime minister, a move that could seriously hurt and even destroy her ability to govern. Supporters of Ferdinand Marcos at the Supreme Court in the middle after ruled on Tuesday against the wishes of right groups. The court decided there was no basis for a bar to hero's burial for Mr. Marcos. Richmond, Virginia. Kate cast votes starts every voter turnout. A Baton Rouge cop is suing DeRay Bacon said, claiming to the public backlash later incident of house during the July 9th protest. Friends, family, and neighbors united out on the weekend in desperate effort to find a missing Calvin woman. Sherry Poppy, 34, of Reddit Calvin, was last seen jogging in the neighborhood more than Wednesday, November 2nd. Hanover, Germany. German reports that 5 people linked to the Islamic State have been arrested and could have seen an Islamic figure known as a preacher without a face. Hong Kong. A Hong Kong jury sentenced a British baker to life imprisonment on Tuesday for the cocaine-fueled rape, torture, and deaths of 2 Indonesian women. Manila. Philippines Supreme Court allowed the body of Ferdinand Marcos moved country for about 2 decades to be moved to Manila's Heroes ceremony. Jerusalem, a 14-year-old Palestinian teenager, was sentenced to 12 years in prison for the role and stabbed at 2 random Israelis in 2015 with his cousin. Washington. Millions head to the polls Tuesday to choose the nation's 45th president, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, some 42 million voters before Election Day. Philadelphia. Hillary Clinton held a huge rally at the Philadelphia Independence Park featuring speeches from the Obamas and a performance from Bon Jovi and Bruce Springsteen. Washington. The UPIC voted a daily presidential tracking poll released Monday night shows Hillary Clinton's lead over the Donald Trump poll with a 2.58 point lead over him. The drought that plagued the Alabama this summer isn't over, but it subsides considerably as the National Drought Monitor, a federal agency that monitors weather conditions across the country, has dropped parts of eastern Massachusetts, including all 10 communities served to the criticals from severe drought to the moderate drought. It's lowest of the 5 drought conditions used by the agency that changed in weather, the result of a wet October rainfall total of 5.5 inches in a month, according to statistics kept by the Alabama Water Department, well above the average of just over 4 inches. Rain fell on 11 days in Alabama, which is fairly normal. Also, much of this events coming from Massachusetts on. Election days elected stood about 4 ballot questions included when then would legalize recreational marijuana for adults. Investors in Asia are taking a cautious stance ahead of the Tuesday's U.S. presidential election, with many saying that they are both uncertain about coming unclear about the intentions of both major party candidates. Private Francis told China National Petroleum signed a gas contract with the National Iranian Oil Company for the second phase of the Sapar's gas field in Red Shadow News Agency said. Tesla just enacted a require German government to deal that will see the global energy leader become Tesla new event optimization facility based in Germany. A new subdivision of the automaker decided to help it. Now who wins around us. Race about the truly safe investment that is currently a country with bleak economic prospects. Japan. So, prosecutors made this whole office that a Samsung electric corporation Tuesday seeking information put into court influence peddling scandal. Villainous Lithuania's military received new British based sniper rifles, which will be used for the troops by the end of the year. Further, Denmark, Danish energy group Dong Energy said that their gated success in renewable energy portfolio it was leaving oil natural gas business behind. Edmonton, Alberta's economy is trending the quarter after lower crude oil prices and May wildfires created headwinds provincial leaders and said while tied at a jobs plan. Washington, waiting till gasoline prices move slightly lower average over the last week, but a U.S. infrastructure issue made for a Baltimore and Motor Club. AAA said. French energy company Total confirmed that the standard preliminary agreement to the work laws at a Chinese company in producing offshore Iranian gas. All right, looking at the stocks now. Up 371.32%, 18,259.60, SP 5 up 46.34 and 2131.52. Nasdaq up 119.84%. 5,166.17. Russia 2K up 20.81 at 1192.25. VIX up 63 cents at 19.34. Elephant Portrait is alive and well, and the elements are not a team of scientists that examined sea shipments of elephants from Africa have found that the majority of it already came from elephants that died within the last 3 years. There were snowy, icy balls everywhere. Many of the photos of the western side and the Gulf of Opson, entire beach covered in snowballs that apparently washed ashore. COP22 President Barack Ford ministers Saladin Mizar with a COP21 President of Defense Environment Minister in charge of the climate-related international relations, circulating earlier at the opening of COP22 in Marcus, Morocco. Watching class sport by is usually a serene, relaxing experience, but watching maintain class sport on by Saturn's moon type an hour is not. Researchers have reported 2 steps towards finding the Zika virus Monday when a team from us found a potential way to protect unborn babies from the virus, and the second team that has started the human trials of the new vaccine. Election day is finally here, which should be one of the most exciting struggling days of the year. Seasonal affective disorders. Kids to be a form of depression that sets early in the day. During the daylight saving time, maybe people start to develop signs of it. It'll affect the disorder. CVS Health Incorporated more than few people fulfill retail prescription in pharmacies and trigger model to be charged by a competitor school to Walgreens with Alliance Incorporated. Shares around 11% to 73, also 94 cents pre-market trading. Election Day 2016 will be covered on breaking news and special report on today on multiple cable news and broadcast channels, including the Peter channel. Donald Trump in the final campaign event at Grand Rapids, Michigan Tuesday as the railway has returned to the base and limited to the Republican nomination. Foreign effects Europe, besides contributing to the future of the United States to fulfill civil duty because the matchup between Republican Donald Trump and the Democrat Hillary Clinton is such a contest one restaurants. Washington, if Hillary Clinton wins, she likely will preserve that President Obama's legislated a multitude of domestic foreign policy from insurance healthcare law. Isn't Leslie have done to maintain an agreement with Iran? Peter Chill News Time is now 8:08 on this Tuesday morning, and it's time out for New England Influence Report in Colchester, Vermont, and Chittenden County. And traffic advisory at Jasper Martin Road. There was a single car moving after the car to sell for full airbound employment and injuries. Holding this snapshot, Interstate 93 south on Iowa, Mount Mere 79. Motor vehicle directed during about 3 hours ago, not smoking no. Injuries companies responded. Peter Chill News Time is now 8:08 on this Tuesday morning, and it's time now for a sports report. Last night, the Boston Bruins shut out the Buffalo Sabres 4-0 tonight. The Bruins will be taking on Montreal Canadiens. Game time, 7:30 p.m. The Buffalo Bills Seattle Seahawks game there. Bold calls and more bad looks. Sporting News Babes. Chicago Cubs Steer MLB executive of the year. James Harden, Mike D'Antoni, and the Rockets really taking their defense seriously. And second man Pierce to John some of the highlight offensive standouts. Vinny Snell, Jeff Bennett. Peter Chill News Time is now 8:09 on this Tuesday morning, and it is time now for a traffic and transit report. Baby, let's start imitate with a for Green Line B Bridge service at the Boston College Station. Please point at the intersection of Commonwealth Avenue, Lake Street, Orthodox Spencer, Mountain Up, Auto Lanes, and a single pump at Mass Ave. Renan Spencer, Mountain Lanes, both directs between JF and King West and Braintree to the Sable train on the commuter rail. Freight train 466 really from Fitchburg is smart. Fitchburg is up currently 550 meters Fiasco due to freight train interference. Worcester Line train 552 is expected to depart Worcester 40-50 minutes Fiasco between 2 to late, probably up on train. Ferryman train 587 726 from South Station is operated 10-20 minutes past go between Albany and Framingham. Framingham train 584. 7:58 from Framingham is expected to depart. Framingham 25:35 minutes past schedule. Framingham train 585. 6:20 outbound is operated 35:45 minutes past schedule between West Newton Framingham due to train traffic and Worcester train 505. 7:58 from South Station is operated 10-20 minutes past schedule between Bont Bay and Worcester due to train traffic. Worcester train 510. 7:30 from Worcester is up departed. Worcester is operated near schedule. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Okay, let's take a look at that. Was it Bowies of New England? 95 to South Mountain. Inspector for Fairfield Dodfest. Greenwich. Merritt Parkway, eastbound side back to Bridgeport Stretch. Merritt Parkway, westbound back to Bridgeport, down to Greenwich. A4 westbound side is back to Newtown and Denbury. A4 eastbound side is back to from 8 towards and all the way down to Waterbury. 95 eastbound side is back to the west end of New Haven. 95 eastbound side back to the Old Saybrook. 95. 91 southbound side back to New Haven. 91 on the northbound side, Slope Park. Downtown Harvard, Connecticut. Interstate A4 eastbound side is back to the West Harvard and downtown Harvard, Connecticut. 91 on southbound side is back up from 291 to Interstate A4. 91 on northbound side is back up from 57 to 291 in Springfield. 291 on southbound side is back to around Interstate 90. 91 on the northbound side is back to Northampton. 290 eastbound side is backed up from 146 in West all the way to Route 9. 146, 190 southbound side backed up from Route 12 to Route 290. 190 on the northbound side back to the West Boston. 495 and southbound side back to Route 117 all the way after Route 290 in the Stone Barber Stretch. 290 eastbound side back to the Barber Stretch. 495 and southbound side is backed up from Milford all the way after the Bass Pike. Out in Rhode Island. 146 and both ends back to Route 99 Lincoln. 295 and the northbound side is back to Route 95 and Edinburgh. 95 on the northbound side is backed up from 37 and Wark all the way to downtown Providence. 95 on the southbound side is back to around the Providence Stretch. 146 southbound is back to around the Providence Stretch. So yeah, both ends is back to around Route 195 out of Fall River. 195 on the eastbound side is backed up after 140 in New Bedford. Route 3 out on the northbound side it is backed up after 44 in Plymouth. Route 3 in Kingston. 44 westbound side is back to around Route 105 in Middleburg. 95 on the northbound side it is back to around South Main Street and Sheridan and Hibiscus from Boston Street and all the way to Route 128 Kenton. Route 24 on the northbound side back to from Harrison Boulevard. The name on it Route 128 in Kenton. Route 3 on the northbound side it is back to from 228 Rockland over to Braintree Split. 128 southbound side back to from 28 right off under the Braintree Split. 128 on the northbound side it is back to Route 1 and all the way to Route 20 Waltham. Mass parking in the eastbound side it is back up from Fairville all the way with the Austin Brad tolls. Mass parking on the westbound side it is back up from Brighton all the way to Newton 7th Expressway, northbound side is back to the Braintree Split. The Dorchester 7th Expressway, southbound side is back to the Dorchester Stretch. 93 southbound side is backed up from Wilmington all the way to the Zachem Bridge. Route 1 is southbound side is backed up from Chelsea Yard into Charlestown. Route 2 eastbound side back to Route 16 Belmont to Route 1 Freshwater Parkway Cambridge. Route 2 westbound side is back to the Lexington Stretch. Route 128 northbound side is back around Route 95 in Peabody. 128 southbound side is backed up from right in all the way at Route 2 in Lexington. Route 3 is southbound side is back to 485. Low all the way at the Millerick and Hidden Get around Route 128 in Burlington. 485 is southbound side back to the Lowell Stretch. And then 485 southbound side is back up around Route 83 Lawrence. 485 on the northbound side is back up around Littleton. Route 2 eastbound side is back to the Devons down to Harvard. Up in New Hampshire, it's looking good except the 93 is southbound side is back to 101 in Manchester, New Hampshire. Every Turnpike southbound side is back up around the Manchester Airport, but Howes and Mowers, Vermont, North Germain, looking good in Norwood 59 on southbound side. It is backed up just around 7 Quebec towards the U.S. border. Interstate 87 southbound side. It is backed up just before Route 7 in Troy and New York State 3. It's past a little slow around 890 out of Schenectady and 890 eastbound side of back around the State Bridge, Schenectady. Peter Chill News Time is 8:14 on this Tuesday morning, and it's hot out for a weather report, and it is a clear blue day in this election day of 2016, so if you go to that to vote, you're going to have some perfect weather in town. 7-day forecast goes like this. Today, Patch Mountain Fort, 9 a.m. Sun's got about 62 degrees. Calm wind. For tonight, increase down to about 36 degrees. Calm wind. For Wednesday, shall likely after 1 a.m. 1 p.m. Patch Mountain between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Most guys going to have about 58 degrees. Calm wind coming northwest on 5 miles in the afternoon. Chest pace at 7%. New Pacific West less than 10 minutes possible for Wednesday night. Check the showers made before 11 p.m. Clouds got a gradual come and pop clouds go about 35 degrees. North about 8 miles an hour. Anticipation is 40%. Thursday, sunny, most clouds come about 52, about 3 degrees. Northwest about 6 miles an hour. For Thursday, most sunny, pop clouds come about 56, about 3 degrees. Saturday, most sunny, most clouds come about 43, about 27 degrees. Sunday, most sunny, most clouds come about 51, about 35 degrees. And for Monday, sun's got about 55 degrees. Currently, and not here, it is clear skies. We have a temperature of 32 degrees. We're going to be at that episode, and that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this November 8, 2016 on a Tuesday. I appreciate you have a good morning, good positive, hope you have a good day, and I'll see you for a new time report. You have a good morning.